So welcome back to my channel. This is Dom and a quick update video. So after that video I did, so I did a video, if those haven't seen it, I'm sure some have, on the new Warlords skirmish stroke warband rules, SBQR. And it was our third game down at our club, third proper game. We played another one just to try out the rules and got them wrong, and then we played 3 proper games, admittedly stronger than they sorry, higher in numbers than they recommended. They recommend 500 points, but that just is like 2 units a side, which is pretty dull in my book. So we doubled it, made it 1,000 points, which was a more manageable size. However, the rules just couldn't cope, and you know, I did a video saying that was my third and last game with it. Some people seem to take offence at that, some people seem to agree with it, seem to stir up a bit of a hornet's nest. Anyway, byproduct of that video is numbers went up in terms of subscribers, so good, thank you for everybody who joined. Secondary is it's kind of demotivated me a bit with the projects I was working on. So I was, as you know, I was working through a load of Greek troops, trying to build up that hoplite force that I was working on. I was going to expand it out into building out some Spartans using these Victrix figures. And if I'm honest, I kind of lost a bit of motivation out of how poor the game was. Now, positive out of that is that one of the co-authors of the Clash of Spears upcoming rule set coming out in November, December time, I believe, sent me an early playtest version of them to try out. So thank you very much for those. Really appreciate it. I'm going to have a read, have a try, and I've shared them with a couple of the guys over at Wargame regularly at Farnborough Wargame, and we're going to have a go with them, and so I'll bring my opinion. But you know, this is my channel and I talk about my honest feedback on things, and SBQR is just not my kind of thing. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. However, what it did mean was we got the bug for Ancient Wargaming again, and we played a massive Hail Caesar game last Friday. Now I'll show some of the footage from the game. I did record bits of it, but really as a game it was too big. There were 6 players playing, 3 a side. We had something like 8 or 9 divisions each side. It was Romans against Dacian Sarmatians. There were far too many Roman legionaries, frankly. I can say that because I was playing Sarmatian cavalry, and try and break through a solid wall of legionaries is hard work. Anyway, it was great fun, lovely to get. You know, we had 6 tables out, big open space. It was really good, but it made me look at my ancient figures again. I've got thousands of them, right? I used to play Warhammer. I used to play Warhammer Ancient Battles. Before that, played a number of other rule systems, including 15mm figures as well. And I've got reams of 28mm, 25mm that are pretty old, frankly. And so I've been going through them all. These were some of the ones that I dug out. And rebasing. Is anything more dull in the world than rebasing figures? So, yeah. So there's a bunch of these guys had also lost a few weapons, so I've salvaged some of those from my lead stack and rebuild them. But they'll do nicely as sort of Scythian stroked. Well, they played Sarmatian light cavalry in the game we played last Friday. So that's a nice little unit ready to go, ready to put in the pile. There's another female general. It's a female general, yeah. Very old figure. No idea where that came from. Couldn't possibly tell you. Did also do some other ones. This is became my general for my cavalry wing. I've had these so long I can't even remember where they came from. I think is he Byzantium? He might be a Byzantine king. So anyway, nice vignette. And these fellas, let me bring them in. So some cataphracts, Again, not really sure where they're from, what manufacturer they are, but I've got a massive great regiment of these now. These were the core of my Sarmatian cataphracts on Friday. Oops. There we go. And, you know, rebasing figures. I actually ran out of the right size bases. I've just had to reorder a whole load more bases for them. And it's a nightmare basing, right? You know, I hate ripping things off figures and rebasing them. But the problem was actually not only were they the wrong size, well, just about, and I would live with that. In friendly games, that doesn't really matter. But the actual bases themselves, I'd made them out of quite cheap cardboard. And so well, probably dozen years they've been sitting in my garage in a box, meant that all the bases are broken down. So I've got some of these MDF bases that I've had for a while and just rebuilt them and put them back on something that's better to manage. So, you know, the upshot is that I'm recycling a lot of my old figures. I also found a whole stock of figures that I didn't really know I had, if I'm honest. So that's good. It's got me repainting, rebasing, so there's a nice load of cavalry there ready to go for any kind of games we look to play with Hell Season. I think we'll persist with some Hell Season. I know the guys were going to play this Friday a Hell Caesar game, and it's a good system. I quite enjoy it. It's not quite as much fun as something like Warhammer Ancient Battles in my book, but it's a fun system, and I'm not there this week, so they're going to play a game without me. But as I say, I'll show you some of the footage from the big game we played last Friday, just to keep you interested. So, as well as the tedious business of rebasing, I started to work back through some of my lead and plastic mounting. You would have seen this if you follow me on Instagram. These are some of the Foundry harpies. Freudian slip there, that I bought when I was getting ready for Age of Magic. I didn't actually, because I thought they'd be great for my sort of Greek themed Great Kingdoms army. However, what I didn't realise is the Great Kingdoms army can't use, well, when I bought them, because I was buying them without the army list, can't use flying creatures apart from a scourge. So they became a bit surplus to requirement, but you know, I thought while I'm there, they didn't take much to paint up, so they're all done. I will either sell them or just keep them for a future faction. Probably just keep them. So there's 5 of those painted up, and it's again something out of the lead mountain, which is always good. In addition, I did this little, you see this all right? Yeah, just this little stand. Again, it's a Foundry one, I believe. It's supposed to be the death of Leonidas at the Thermopylae, the 300, you know. And I thought, well, this would be a really good sort of wound counter, so I could put a dice or a marker at the back whenever I need them for games. So again, it was just in my pile. I thought I'd do it, and it was quite fun to do. Came out reasonably well. I got a dead Persian there. Somebody dragging Leonidas away, and there's his shield and his spear ready to wait. So that was fun to do. And we won't mention SPQR again, but I also did the free figure that came with the rule set. No idea when I'll use it, but you know, it was a nice figure, and it was also a chance to try out the new resin that Warlords are using. This is a sort of special secret sauce resin that they've developed, and apparently are now going to be using in preference to metal or anything else. And it's fine. It's something you're not. They say you don't need to undercoat it. I did, but yeah, I mean, I can imagine it wouldn't need undercoating. The only thing with it is quite flexible, quite soft. So that spear, that sword is wobbling quite a bit. So we'll see how well. I mean, it's not going to get used that much, this figure, because it's not one I really need. It was just, to say, part of the pile of surplus to require, pile of figures that were just being sitting there waiting to be painted. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Rebasing, lots and lots of rebasing. I've got loads more to do. I've just ordered a whole load more bases, particularly these cavalry bases, to have a go through those. Also some little square bases which I'm using for my infantry, so they're about that size. So there's I haven't got much further with my Spartans. As I say, I'm a bit demotivated by the lack of interest I have in the SPQR rules. But the positive side is I restarted on these Russian 28mm infantry that are for my bolt action army that I'm looking at. So I should get these finished in the next few days, which will be fun, and then they're done and they can be cleared off. We got visitors coming this weekend, so I need to clear some space here because otherwise my wife goes potty. Yeah, there you go. So rebase, bit of the lead mountain cleared, and back on my bolt action project. I think that's pretty much where I am. Hope you're having good games, enjoying yourselves, having fun. That's the main thing. And I'll see you again soon. This is GamerDom signing out. Oh, I'll put up some of the footage from the Hail Caesar game in a bit, and you can have a look at that. But no real commentary or explanation. It was just a big ass game. If you want to see lots of figures on the table, you'll enjoy this one. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you again soon. This is GamerDom signing out. Right, can I borrow a tape measure, Jonathan? Thank you, mate. Okay. Let's move distances. 6 inches, isn't it? 6 for infantry, 9 for 9 for cavalry, isn't it? Right, these fellas double move as far forward as they can go. So that's +3. So there are 7. We'll get 3 moves. That's good. They move 3. What's that? 10. That's a fail. So they don't move anywhere. My other command doesn't move. Okay. Oh, summation command goes nowhere.
Remember, your legionaries move on a failed order chance. Drilled.
Oh, because you're drilled. I can't believe he's hiding his cavalry behind. If they're on carts, they can move and fire.
This command is possible that way.
Ooh. That's one move, isn't it? Yeah.
6, isn't it?
Although if you're drilled, does that mean you get 2?
No, I think you only get 1, don't you? Even if you're drilled, don't you?
No, I think drilled is just because there's a failure, isn't it? That's right.
I'm moving that way. So it's 6, isn't it?
Blimey, look at all these Romans. Very quiet, 99. Tony's not got cavalry, has he?
Oh, yeah. Literally lashing.
No, it looks like Alex got foot. Cavalry in the middle and cavalry here.
Cavalry in the woods, don't they?
Yeah, that's true. Don't cavalry in the woods. What fool would put cavalry through the woods?
Well, Maximus did it in Gladiator.
Yeah, it's true. Won't work for him then. That's fine. I love the history though.
Okay, this Legion's going to move level with Tony up there.
You mean it's going to try to?
7.
Oh, it does.
Loves it.
What are you doing then?
I'm waiting to see what Paul's unit there does.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, these chaps might be
Oh, that's right. Oh, because that's a separate command, isn't it? So is that one command, that's 2 command, and the cavalry a 3rd? Okay.
It's all one cavalry, one command.
Yeah.
Is that another command?
That's another. No, the infantry are 1 command, the cavalry another.
Okay. Could stay put.
Yeah. These guys are going to move up to here. They've got a minimum move anyway. For the Legion. Yeah. Right. The good stuff.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, you're piling forward, are you?
This lot, 2 moves forward.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, quite happy with that.
Oh, that'll do.
That's some aggressive Romans.
Could have done the old Silvio move again, but
The silky Silvio move, you mean? Silky smell.
the aggressive.
Fly down this end.
Side unit gets the close combat. The closest.
Line, this one's already got mashed in.
Short raven. The rear one might be outside of an inch.
Okay.
Skirmishes can certainly support, as long as they're not disordered or anything crazy.
No.
But they might be just a bit too far out.
But that one's alright.
The one on the flank is.
That's a proper combat going on over here.
Direction, but I think that's near.
Tony's gone bananas with his cavalry, as usual.
50%
Punch against light infantry and stuff, that's probably not a bad thing to do.
Looks like they've already done the combat.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. The 2 wounds to 1.
Well, it was either that or that become a little bit annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to try and do the same over there. Trouble is, mine are legionaries I've got to do again, so I'm not sure that's going to work. But hey.
9. 8. The tanks. No, I've got 7. 7, yeah, come in.
Right, I'm going to start over here.
Start moving again.
I'm going to attempt to move my light cavalry separately. I'm going to go that way. Just, how many moves?
What is he going to charge you?
2 moves, probably.
No, I will.
Yep.
I can move 3 out of combat. Oh, is that out of combat?
Moves gets them to there.
So run away, you've got to do a flee move. So you've got to lay your part. No. Which case I'll pick you. But you can then it says find the right, can't move.
Right. And are we in 12 here? Oh, I'm going to have a go at them.
Okay. Interesting.
I have no idea whether this will work, but let's give it a go.
Can you automatically run away, or does he have to dice for it?
And I'll move up to
Look at the chart. It's under charge responses. If light cavalry, he's probably got an option, a charge response to try and evade.
Try and move this route forward. So,
So you light cavalry unit. Although if you do 3 and you roll like that, you do very easy. Okay, sorry, I was just looking at that.
Are you playing these as skirmishers or?
No, they're just medium. They're
2 hits.
just medium infantry, are they?
Yeah, they're medium infantry.
So that's 2 hits on them then.
2 to say.
Yeah.
He did throw a 6 and a 5.
6 and a 5 on my 2 shots. So.
So I've got a 5+ roll save.
That's not a lot of good weapons.
Pillars. Good point.
Oh, you've got pillars, have you?
Yeah, he's got javelin.
So, okay.
Closing fire as it comes in, I think.
Yes.
Should be short range factor.
3. Oh, look at that. 2 6s.
You blighter, you. 2 6s, okay.
Did you need to hit
You're
him?
minus.
He needed, well, it's -1. It's -1 for a closing shot.
Yeah.
So it's 5s and 6s. Right, we've got a combat here. So, what are your legionaries?
Paul, do I presume I get the clash value, don't I? Yeah. Wait, it doesn't make any difference.
You get the clash value.
7, and then I get the short range and supporting unit, don't I?
Yeah.
Alright.
So,
He's got minus off his morale test from when you take hits and you take
Does he?
and you take it at mine
the bullet stuck in the shoe. So he takes his might in, goes with morale test
on my morale.
for your hit for him.
But also, you take a minus because I got a Contos.
But he doesn't get a charging bonus with the Contos, which is not charging.
Yeah, but doesn't it
You
count?
get the charging bonus anyway.
I get a charging bonus anyway.
So you get the +1 for charging, and that's
Right,
it.
so that cancels that.
If he was cavalry, he wouldn't count his capture charge.
So I think Doc's hitting on 3s,
So I'm hitting on 3, so we get +1 for the charging, yes?
and I'm hitting on 4s, aren't
Yeah.
This is on 3.
Yeah, and you get how many dice?
I? 10.
You get 10 and I get 9. Okay.
Go on, Phil. You can do this.
A slight advantage to you guys.
Well, I don't know really. Let's see. 8. 8 hits.
No, 4.
4.
8.
So you're saving on 4s, aren't you?
Yeah.
And so I'm losing 1 of my save, am I? Because of the Pelham.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's 3s for me. No, 5s and 6s. Sorry,
yeah.
5s and 6s.
So 8.
Save 2.
You can do this. You can do this.
Oh, that's not too bad. Save 4, lost 4. So lost by 2.
So you lost by 2.
It's a break test at -2, isn't it?
So,
I think.
Yes.
is there any other pluses?
Otherwise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
good night, Vienna. Yes.
We'll do it.
What did you start? 2.
I was expecting 2.
His face when I said that.
So what do you roll?
9.
9. So that's down to a 7.
So you give ground in good order with his support.
So is that
ground.
1 move back?
Yeah, basically 6 inches. And do I follow up?
Yeah, I think so. It's, you're eager.
Do I want to follow up?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to follow up? I don't
You
know.
have to agree what you
So yeah, we can't. That's my turn. It's finished. So we've what's gone on over here? We got.
Wait till this lot
Yeah, no. So they've got a bit of. Oh, still fisticuffs going on the other end.
I'm trying to out-tell you do something creative. Okay. I'm not quite sure if it'll come on.
Oh God, fiddling the rules again.
No, it's sweeping advance.
Ah,
He's cavalry. His opponent's routed.
right.
He's not sweeping advance, but it was in his opponent's turn.
Ah,
so his
so
turn he
it's not-
charged.
Yeah.
This is the second round of melee. What happens then?
Oh, I don't know. No, because it has to be on the charge turn, doesn't it? Because it's not the sustained.
Well, I was wondering.
I would imagine. I don't know. I'm talking at my bottom. Automio. Whatever. Alex.
And the other thing was, he started mentioning large shields, which is from Warhammer Ancient Battles.
I was thinking, where's this large shield?
Yeah, what does it matter? I can like those rules. Go on.
Right, first move, he's going to move this block
Yeah.
to there.
Support there. Yeah.
So I'm just getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Just.
Ooh, 8.
That's it.
That's exactly what you needed, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Second move, he's going to try and rally off the casualty. from-
Okay. Does he have to join that? Oh, blunder. He's blundered. 3.
3.
A 3 on the blunder.
Okay.
Drill left. The unit must move to the left.
They're going off the table.
Yeah.
This unit is.
That Well, they leave the table there and there's a chance of coming back at some point in the future.
Happy days.
Yeah.
So they've gone for the moment.
Stuff can come back or stuff like that.
They can't
Bad
charge.
news for you, you think?
I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They can't just charge
I'm
in.
sure Jonathan will be arguing that very point.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I think
they can come back within a certain distance of that point.
All right, within a certain distance.
I think if we say, yeah.
Remember where we went off.
I just brought them on as an orders test.
They're an orders test, but the first one brings them on,
Just 6 inches in.
and then they can act from there.
So 6 inches from where we went off.
No, they have to come on where they went off,
Exactly.
but their first action will bring them on the table 6 inches on.
If you can watch their moves.
Well, I'm going to do an initiative charge there.
Yeah, within 12.
Yeah.
So they get that out of the way.
Yeah.
If I put it over here,
Then we know it's there. These guys will go in support. Again. And they're in initiative range, aren't they? So. They love it. They love it, mate. Absolutely love it.
You can't get to them with the frontage of the
well, Alan hasn't moved yet.
So I've moved it.
Then I'm going to order
These three and a column up onto that hill.
That's one move.
Move. And at least it's getting them going that way. It's more than they did before.
They are going to.
They outside pillar range.
What is pillar range?
So it's contact.
It's contact only, but it's your javelins, isn't it? So I'm outside of that. Yeah, that's 7 inches.
And
Then, next up, I'm going to try and move these fellas.
fail. So I've got that unit.
They're going to head this way as far as they can go. Oh, blimey, 3 moves.
Well, just that.
3.
You can do a brigade order if you want to. Okay.
Well, I'll just go from order to them.
So the CNC can do an order.
Charge your bowman. No.
Oh,
Unit fail.
See, I can't remember. From what I remember, if you've got lights in front of a unit, you can't charge. You can't declare a charge. Can you charge through your lights? Can you declare a charge through your own light infantry?
I don't believe you can. No.
You've got to get them out of the way.
Unless they're to one side.
No, I'm going to try and move the archers.
They can't pass through the centre of the unit.
That's it, yeah.
One move that way. Blimey, another 3.
There's a chance of disorder if you do.
And I know, and I know there is some of that, like,
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is.
I thought a bit about sweeping advances back as well. If you do a sweeping advance, there's a chance of disordering it.
Just the jolly old combat. So we know it's you've got your 10 dice.
Yeah.
But you don't get support this time, do you? Roll your closing fire first.
Yes, that's a good point.
So you get -1 on it, so 5s and 6s, isn't it, basically?
One hit.
One hit.
Moving a 6.
But it doesn't matter for that. Oh, no, it does. That's a 5, so it passes. And then I need to do a what's it test as well, don't I? That's a 10, so I'm fine.
Okay.
Bugger off. Bloody Romans. What is that? So you've got 10 dice, I've got 9.
No, I've got 7 because I had the support last time. 3, so I get 7.
Okay. So what do I get for the support? Oh, the other.
Do we throw?
I didn't count
Get the
them.
short range support is the range.
So I get 15 dice basically. I did myself out of them last time.
No, I've got 15.
No,
9 plus 6. Oh, no, that's
You
short.
only get.
That's
don't
short
get-
range. Oh, is it that?
Yeah, it's short range you get,
Ah,
not
okay.
sustained.
Yeah, nice try.
I did myself. Well, I was making up for last time.
That was really nice.
So it's I'm hitting on 3s. You're hitting on 4s. That's right. Yeah.
But incidentally, the extras you got don't get the bonus for charging. I think
okay.
they're just the base.
Yeah, that's
All right, I'll do them separately.
They've got to be well set.
All right, you can go away now. I liked it when you were being friendly. They've all hit. All the first 9 have hit, and then another 1 more. So 10 hits in total.
Okay, 3. So I've got 10 hits to save.
Yeah, and I got 3, did I? So do I get a -1 because of the prelim again? So I'm saving on 5.
Keep going back.
Save for 1. So
Okay.
2 more wounds.
And I've got to save 10.
You do.
No problem.
No worries at all.
Bucket load of dice. 4s.
Alright, too bad.
Look at the reasons for great.
Halves. Saved 5, lost 5.
That's about right.
That's about the law of averages,
It's
isn't it?
average.
So, he's on a break test -3.
-3.
How many? What's
you-
your stamina? 60?
Yeah, but that's because the other unit was the one that got hit first time, so they're...
The fresh unit now.
He's still on a break test -3.
Have you reached your stamina?
I'm on 4 at the moment. My stamina is 6. So not quite.
What's happened there?
Right, I lost one way 3, so I'm
That's
going to
a
take
test
a break
at
test
3.
at 3.
6 would do.
Oh, that's not good. That's going to be a
I
runaway,
think
isn't it?
1, I think that's hold your ground.
You rally back,
Yeah,
three
rally
casualties.
back 3 casualties.
I think that's a break, young man. It's a break.
I don't know, who'd have thought a 1 on a break test
I know.
is a break?
Yeah,
You get
smash through. So I could try and exploit it, can I?
Yeah, making 1 move forward.
Yeah.
But you
Shall we?
You can't move out.
Probably right.
a 45-degree angle.
Actually, that's far too far. That's about there. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, you were lucky there with that unit blundering. That unit blundering stuffed you, didn't it?
Well, mind you, if it'd been that unit, I'd have been
They will.
This
I'd
turn,
have been loads of
Going to move back in between the two.
Yeah, you will come. You come in the middle of them.
They will be coming on in the middle of the camp.
Trying to cut me off, are you, dastardly Roman?
Coming at the roundabout.
a lot depends on what you do about them.
Previous stuff can I pull?
Plenty.
Devious tank?
Dacians are pushing forward. They've lost the other flank. Roman cavalry crashed through. It's like my Sarmatians have broken through the Romans here. But, they look a bit isolated.
Let's see if we can get these.
You're trying to bring the blundery unit back on, are you?
So I'd like to declare a charge and stop
They
behind.
love it. So what is that one move? Yeah.
Exactly where they came.
Just come in and block the road. Fair enough.
You declare the charge and I
Yeah,
declare the
it's
response,
in
and
line
then
with
you're on.
Yeah, it's fine. Because it joined up with the other one, so we know it was there.
Declare a charge
That's
and try and
fine.
move 2 moves charging straight forward. So obviously my aim is
Okay, these boys.
another trouble. It's really messed me up not getting the charge. I only rolled 1 move. So I didn't try to hit them. They're like, those who charge there. So
I think you might object to
it's not I can't charge there with the warband coming in.
what I want to do turn like that.
Yeah, you can do a brigade. A double 6 body minutes, which is
A lot of hairy-ass barbarians going forward.
Retire Shakers and we're going to shooting.
I thought Tammy was going forward. He's moving forward in a retrograde direction.
Without
The direction of travel was that.
Give ground in good order.
I think some of it are in that
you're looking
corner.
under hand combat.
It's like another one of
Oh,
those.
has a big problem. Hold back.
Alex
Hold
has
your
got
ground,
a
yeah.
sucker punch and lured them away.
He has, completely. He's fiendish like that. Right, I'm going to have a roll down the battlefield. So what the hell's going on? So this is the survival of your command, is it?
They're dead.
Oh, they're all dead, are they?
They're the allies that were rubbish anyway. They
Right. And the cavalry is still alive, are they?
Well, they're still enemy line. They had to go forward.
Oh, they did a blunder.
We're breaking through here. We just destroyed another auxiliary unit.
Oh, good stuff. We love
We're
it.
breaking through here.
Breaking through there, and then over this flank.
They look a bit strong.
Yeah, the legionaries are pretty much crushing this front.
Oh, yeah, I want that, yeah.
Never mind. Oh
We're
well.
going to get stuck in next
But you know, morally we're going to be winning, so it's fine.
Moral victory.
Moral victory. No.
Belt charge there.
That's what I thought.
3 rows and 3 roll
Man down.
My brigade charge and let Legion was moved far enough.
They'll charge those,
You've been real trouble if I charged after.
and they will go to support them.
Okay.
You have to be within an inch, don't you? So within an inch. Okay, so that was all on initiative.
Yeah. Any other initiative moves?
Cavalry there. Yeah, 2 moves. 6. So that's 2.
Have you got? Is he an 8? Is he beyond
He's an 8.
12?
He is beyond
So it'd be
12.
-1. So you'd need. He's down to a 7.
So I'd need
Yeah.
5.
You get 1 move.
About half. When you're just again comes in turn. And of course you're closing 5.
So we've just got the combat to do.
Oh, I've got closing 5.
Ah, you do indeed,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be 1 hit, because it's going to be 5s and 6s, because they get -1 for closing fire.
Too bad.
Yeah, it's 1 hit.
7. And you're on a -1.
And I fail it.
To them.
I'm afraid
It's a dreaded what's it test, isn't it? 10 again.
7 on a -1.
Loves it.
So we carry on with we do a combat
Yeah.
there. We might as well start them, haven't we? So I've got you get your 10.
Yep.
Oh, you don't. You get because you've got the support now, and I get 12.
Okay. Yeah, you have to roll them at different times because you get different
Yeah, so
characters, yeah.
9 and 3, basically.
And down to 6. That's a good roll though.
So I'm needing 3s, you're needing 4s.
Hold your ground with sword.
Well, with this
disorder.
So their misses.
6.
I've got 8 with that lot, and these are 4s. And they all hit. So I hit 11 hits. No, 10 hits.
10.
Because I missed with 2.
Oh, 6.
You got 6. Wow.
But you're a
Bloody.
-1 on the save.
I am. So I'm saving on 5s and 6s. I saved 3.
Are you wild fighters as well? No. So I've got 7. I've got
I saved everything but 2.
You are kidding me.
No, for once, it's
Wow.
all come right.
3.
So I win
I'm in
combat.
legionary, so you win by 1,
Yep. So it's a break tester.
which I throw 8. -1. Because I lost by 1.
Lost by 1, yeah.
So it goes down to 7.
1 dead.
Are you shaken or anything
No.
groovy like that?
Not yet. No. That's retreating good order. Oh no, that's ranging. Give ground disordered together with supporters.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm pushed back.
Do you want a disorder marker? Allow me.
Can I have a subtle one? Oh, you haven't got one of those.
You know, I mean, if you want to use yellow blob as disorder or something.
8 on a -1.
I would do, but you know, I wouldn't want to spoil your fun.
Okay.
So both disordered.
Let's get a move, don't we?
Missile stuff. These guys can javelin you.
Yeah.
I think
So
sneaking advance is
Look at that. Load
cavalry.
of old crap.
Bear with me a second.
Bolt thrower.
I don't think you can show.
that's going to be a miss as well.
Is it? I'm going to look that one up.
Actually, no, is
I
it?
think that's a hit, mate.
That's a hit. That's a hit, actually. Because you're within a foot.
Yeah.
It's a hit. Yeah, go. It's a wound as well.
Have I last shaken them? Must have done.
Well, they're on 5
6
now, are they?
They've got 5 there. Each is 6.
So that puts them shaken, yeah. Sorry. Ah!
Allow me.
It's so uncouth, the Romans. So uncouth.
So,
It's so uncivilised.
break test.
Done. And then it's just he's got his other archers. Cool, look at all that fighting going on through.
Melee.
So I can't shoot as you come in.
I see.
Yeah.
There's no use.
So this is still the last. This is still the old term before they've had the chance to move even.
So that's next
So I do
So
his
this is we're still
Yeah, do his
They haven't moved
archers.
this. We're still
Can't believe that. That was just that blinking bolt shooter.
So you're only
That.
saving 6.
Shaken.
Oh, is it 6s?
That was like a Hollywood epic, that was. The unit wanders off the table. I go through the gap.
Actually, I didn't. I broke through the gap, and then you closed the thing up behind me. It's like, dastardly Romans, you really are. Jeez. What the hell?
Yeah, the difference is you were fighting up to the...
So just the combat there then?
Yeah.
The disorders come off for those.
Okay. So blue's the +1.
Can I fire a support?
Oh, sorry, 3 was up.
So you
3 is up to
cavalry, or whatever they are, the medium cavalry.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
I've got a warband of 8, which has 8 dice.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8.
5, yeah.
And I've got support from another warband, which is another 2.
Okay. And I guess they roll slightly different.
Yeah, I would think so. So I'm a 4, charging 3,
Yes.
but I'm disordered
Back
back
up
to 4 again, and 5 for these.
Yes.
Yeah. And your boys are just
3s.
3s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got fewer dice.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
So these are 4s. Move these ones out the way.
Slingers firing at your
3. Blimey. I don't like your Roman cavalry. That's 6 from there, and these are these are 5s and 6s, aren't they? Blimey, another one there. 7 hits.
Okay, 4.
And you got 4 on me.
Yeah.
So I don't get any tricky negatives, do I? But I'm only saving on 5s and 6s. Save 1.
Saved 5.
So this
Really?
one, so I charge you.
I do my 1 then.
That was in the first round. The other unit attacks them.
Do you count it? It's always the
I
first
lose
round,
by
isn't it? But I'm...
I did.
Okay, do you and me?
How many do you save?
So on
I saved 5.
9,
You did 7, didn't you?
on 4.
Oh, you do 8. 9. Sorry.
I did 8, yeah.
Okay. Alright. I lost my 2.
I'll fire the catapult.
Sorry, I thought you did 7.
Yeah, no, I think I did. 2, 4. No, I did only 7, you're right. Absolutely right, sorry.
So I lost my 1.
So you lost by 1.
6.
So that's a
I
5.
think you'll find you peel
Probably a
around.
break off, isn't it?
I reckon that's a runaway, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
The peeler only counts when you're stationary and not when you charge.
No, I think it's both, isn't it?
No, I don't think it is.
5, hand to hand.
Break of shake and give ground together with...
So are you shaken? Because you're on 4, no you're not.
No.
So otherwise
I am
give ground and disordered. Yeah. Well, the good news, yeah, we held the village, but pretty much everything's gone. I think the Romans are going to crush us here. I think we're calling it because it's 10 o'clock.
So with the -1 on the pillar,
So you're going to kill those cavalry.
You're going to mangle up.
I don't. I mean, I might be able to have another go at those cavalry, but I mean, you'll just charge the warband there, won't you?
They're going to stand still and they're going to
Yeah.
charge.
And they'll kill those easily.
Jonathan was planning the same thing there, but we never.
It was all right, wasn't it, for
I
such a
think
big
we've got him there, and you've pushed him back, haven't you? It's been a very good game.
It was.
Bloody, I'm knackered. But it's having them supports.
Yeah.
What I don't like about Hell Seas is the fact that the supports make sense. If you rank up everything, you should be supporting. And I don't like the fact that the skirmishers support as well as legionnaires do.
Didn't think skirmishers did.
These ones they do.
Oh, really?
This unit because it's
I have to say, I do
two
like
supports
the rules.
and it's